Hey dudes, dudettes and creatures of the fifth dimension, my name is Kato and welcome back to Factorio Space Age. As with all the other episodes to this series, live on Twitch. The to-do list says, putting the sciences in the grid. Oh dear. I could research another planet. My opinion on it is the same as it was before. That I won't research another planet until I have got this one properly set up. Radars. I didn't mention it, but I was going to get radars off the Lost Ark. This region kind of isn't, well, this grid square down here isn't really covered at all. So I could do with putting a radar there. Yeah, gear production is abysmal on account of the lack of inserters. It's as if biters came through here, which would explain the damaged rails as well. The gear train getting a slow and steady supply will never leave the station for a billion years. That stacks to 100, so a full chest has 57k for the lot. 57,000, so is less than 50,000. What are you gonna do now? Aha! LTS! Hey? Yeah. I think I might remove the LTS exit bit. If I remove that, is it going to go and then stop, or is it just going to be still? Perfect. Truth be told, in my other save, I have been to Vulcanus and Gleba, but not past that. Nothing further. Bulgora export. I'm concerned about that running out. If it's anything like my other save, it'll run out. We'll end up in not a good way, that's for sure. There's not much left in that resource patch. Only 47k left. I kind of need to research elevated rails. I can't do that without purple. Woo. Where does that train go? The right turn and pulls in at that stop. I wonder if that's necessary. Is it necessary? No, I didn't think so. Total of 57k. Enable if plastic less than 50,000. I could just press K instead of typing 1,000. I've come to learn. But that's for copper wire, of which none is being provided. This is the problem. Because of the way I've got my filling station set up, it always fills the one wagon, then waits for that to get a backlog before it fills the other one. I think we really need to figure out the source of the issue. It's lack of gears from here. I'm going to work backwards. Lack of gears from here. So from gears, it becomes lack of iron plates, and it's lack of iron plates because there's no iron plates at the furnace. What? No iron plates because no iron ore, and no iron ore because it's all being fed through to the old base. It's making steel with it. What is using up so much steel? Oh, that. But we need that running for Spaceship Navis, which still needs plenty of... This isn't even a good looking... I think I should completely deconstruct. I'm going to get my blueprint from my other save. It's a simple design, and now load back into my Space Age save. So yeah, let's get rid of... Yay, 90 hours! Anyway, it's totally rotationally symmetrical. Not that way, but rotationally. You'd think I would have watched back the videos to remind myself where I was, but... Ooh, that was close. I'm not sure how close because I was quite zoomed out, but... Also, I'm using my scroll wheel to zoom again. Even though it was very broken, it's somewhat fixed itself over the last about 3 days. Where's not radar covered? That tiny region probably doesn't need to be. Here could probably do with one. I will throw this radar here. How is there one green science in here? Speaking of green science, we can make this module or not. It's been almost an hour. And the answer is that part of the base is unloaded. Not unloaded, but radar covered. We need to do something about this situation. If we could extend the wall out just a little bit, we could take that. How would it fall on the grid? It wouldn't, just like the coal, except in this one it's only on the one axis, not on the both axes. So if I put a wall, I'd have to put it there. I don't have an interior corner, so I would have to go all the way up there. Honestly, I think just... Oh, that's not good. These are fine. That underground pipe is... Why did I have one of them? Why did I have one of them? Extend this belt down. Put a machine there. With one of them. That like that. That like that. And you probably don't have any of what I'm asking you to do you? No. To Fulgora. Up, go. That's now just an overcomplicated 2-to-2 balancer. The radar coverage area, it displays that bit, but it will uncover all of this. I wasn't planning on expanding the base this stream, but I had to eventually to fit all the sciences into the grid. Why is no one coming to collect the... It's because there's 6 logistic bots in the network. Uh-oh. This is the aforementioned beginning of the end. Oh, this is not good. This is a problem that I hadn't even considered last time I was playing this, and now I'm aware of the dangers of it. Elevated rails. How much for them? That's fine. We need to leave. Go. So I need to do... Oh, then I'm going to have to make the elevated rails even once I've researched them. I'm actually going to need to craft them into refined concrete. And the chances that my Fulgora base happens to be making refined concrete, I thought as much. Like that there, with one of them there. Because this grid is just falling into disarray. I mean, look at the cable connections. Fulgora no doubt entering a state of crisis, going into near full shutdown. How's the crisis on Fulgora going? Good title for a novel. It's surviving mostly on lightning, I think. Even if I do get more scrap, that won't necessarily fix everything. But if I don't get more, then it'll be dead. Boom. There's no water because there's no ice. That's the whole problem on this planet at the moment. But now I can plan the route. Just like that. Oh no, come down there. Need to throw down a radar or something. How am I going to build that? Is something I hadn't thought about. I may actually have to take the trip to Fulgora. Also, where am I supposed to put the unloading station of that? Oh, am I not automating roboports? No. Oh! Hey! Double head design. So I don't have to stick loops in, because where would there's nowhere to put a loop there. I think I need to go up there. First I'll put in the blueprint for this. The 2 ingredient. Where's the nearest 2 ingredient? Here. They should be yellow. They should be yellow. And this should be green. Closest I can put one is there, which is to that point. I could make it reach. I could make it reach. The power is something I hadn't considered. Stick that there. Stick that there. Stick that there. Is that the sound of lightning? Yeah, the bots are being struck by lightning. No! That wasn't part of the plan. This can be its own independent little network. I'm not sure what I'll power the many drills with, but... Oh, good. Those... When you're holding shift, the ruins get deconstructed, but the lightning attractors don't. That's run out. Meaning we are pretty much in full crisis. I need a mere 20 refined concrete. I have not got any refined concrete. I need a new CPU. I can't get a new CPU because here's the thing. I can't get a new CPU because my motherboard doesn't support a newer class of CPU. I'm already at the limits of my motherboard. So, to get a new CPU, I need to get a new motherboard. I also need a new GPU, and you never have enough RAM, it seems. I've got 16 gigabytes or something, but I guess I need more, I don't know. But RAM prices are going up because, well, we won't get into all that. And they say buy now because prices are going to go up, but if I could afford it now, then I would have bought it whether prices were going to go up or not. But being a student, I don't have it in my budget to buy upgrades. Remember that you get a free Twitch sub every month with Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime. I assume that's still in effect. Oh, is it working? That was a nice sound effect. I forgot that was like that. Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. Actually, my GPU is handling fine. I know I said that was one of the things I needed to upgrade. That is currently handling just fine. However, the issue is when I want to run Oculus Airlink, I can't do that because my graphics card, on the list of supported graphics cards, supported, my one's not supported, supported. Why not? So I need any other graphics card to run Oculus Quest Link or Air Link, as I would prefer to do because of the plugs on the left side and my computer's on the right of the room or something. So I'd have to stand facing the back wall. No, it's not going to leave the full cargo inventory. There was a chance, now it is dashed. Like a line. A dashed line. Yeah. I have to sit and ponder that one for a minute. First inserter, so the inserter train is getting inserted into it. By train. No, by inserter. Boom. 31 craft. Loaded onto the train, which then, after a momentary lag spike, drives off towards the labs. The science is then inserted into the labs. The science is filtered into its appropriate lanes, put onto the sushi lane, and eventually inserted into the labs. The belts just aren't quite full because I don't quite fill them. I can take green science off the to-do list. Technically it's done. Ooh, that one was a bit close. I think we should go to battle. Don't include in the video the clip of me waiting by spinning in circles and repeatedly going, I got loads. Got loads. Can I waste my coal? Yeah, I've got loads. Don't include that bit. Once I finish careful. Once I finish Factorio Space Age, I'll be streaming a different game, probably. But I just haven't finished Factorio Space Age yet, because instead of playing it like normal, I decided to build a huge base before going to space. I mean, I built a Fulgora base. Oh, it's dead. Oh, the base is dead. No, we're fine. Why are the bots not doing anything? I thought the base was dead, but I think the base is actually great. To show you a different save, if I may. So you've seen my space save, which has 94.5 hours. This is the save I've been playing while I've been at university. I've got a substantially smaller now V-space, a Vulcanus base. This is spoilers for those watching the thing. A Gleba base, which is a slightly pitiful and needs work. A Fulgora base, which has, oh, I don't know, 12 rocket silos, and is thriving. Well, I say thriving. It's slightly dying, but I've got enough accumulators to last the day when I charge the things at night. A cargo hauler being built. This platform in orbit, just producing white science. This platform is my everyday platform. I'm doing so well. I mean, look at how much research I've done. I've got all of them under my belt. I've barely got any left. I just haven't been to Aquila yet. And I've barely done Gleba. The point is, I could have finished this game by now, many times over. The game came out last August, I think. Last July or something. Maybe October. It was the second half of last year. I've had plenty of time. Oh, go away. Wait, that is actually not meant to happen. That base is supposed to be impenetrable, by which I mean it's not even in the perimeter. Biters. I'm fighting them with yellow ammo, and I'm getting texts. And I'm about to destroy, like, the 7th tank of the series or something. Explosive rocket. Explosive rocket. Why have I got no green circuits? Oh, right. Because I cut off all the copper from my base. Where am I mining copper? Way up there? I'm almost out of copper. I shouldn't be expanding to new iron. I should be expanding to new copper. Yeah, I haven't played this save in that long. I haven't been playing it off camera. Maybe I should have done. Maybe I should have built up all my infrastructure. And finish it so you don't have to watch me building the things that I said I was going to build. Surely me saying I'm going to build them's enough. I don't know. What do I know? My base was beginning to feel impenetrable. So they had to show that they had to prove me wrong. There's just a general congregation of them. What? Oh, well, that was a foolish move. My game froze. There we go. Nothing I can do about a destroyed pump jack, I'm afraid. You'll have to go through the maintenance team, not security. I'm just here to make sure no ne'er-do-wells are involved. And of course they were. So it's also my job to deal with said ne'er-do-wells. Oh, it's the ne'er-do-wells! They've returned! Do I have a blueprint that I do? Not that one. Just want a temporary yellow. Or was it purple? Temporary yellow. It's very temporary, very for the time being. Very perfectly fixed there. No, that one. Yeah, because blue circuits. Took down my blue circuits because it wasn't in any way automated. When you've got the mech seat, the bots can place even when you're there because it just kicks you into flight mode. Which is something I did not realise until suddenly I did. See, that's all well and good, but where do I put the output? Ah ha 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 ha! Aha! Hey, yeah. Wait. No! Stop. Why is there no radar covering that area? I thought I had put a radar there. But I was wrong. Uh-oh. Oh no! The oil train's been destroyed. Well, that's not good. Nothing much we can do about that, other than make a new one. It's a very temporary yellow science setup that's going to output somewhere that's very difficult to get. The only issue is this 6-lane lab setup already has all 6 lanes filled. Because I repurposed the pink lane for black science. A reminder that we're almost out of copper. Maybe I should go to Volcus and set up an artillery factory. I could. There's no reason why I couldn't. 10? Might be able to get 12. 12? Might even be able to get... No, I think 12's the limit. No! 14 must be the limit. The limit. 14 items on one belt. That's almost double the capacity. If I do that, then will it... No? Okay. Can't request it be destroyed because I'm too close. Whoa! It's that kind of battle I'll be fighting, is it? It would seem so. What are the odds they'd start doing this just as I left the base? Not to alarm, but they're working their way towards the oil mine? The kind of oil field. I hate that you can bump into a tree and get moved down, and then the thing you're pasting also gets moved down. No, I didn't want you to get moved down. I wanted you to stay in line. Doesn't happen with belts, but look, now that's out of line. It's right out of line. Oh dear. Also, they're destroying the southern rail. That's what the repeated destruction noises are. They're destroying the whole southern rail. We're not so much going through no man's land as we are going directly into their houses. I'm fine. Am I fine? I'm fine. I looked away for a second. Eventually we will not need any of those. Any of this grid square. Once we've fully incorporated the oil outpost as not an outpost, but an inpost. Aha. Look at that. Can't yet destroy cliffs because cliff explosives aren't unlocked. I am going to deconstruct these laser turrets that I put up here in favour of the new strategy that's down at the other entrance. Because I forgot that I had put laser turrets up here. And there's plenty. How have I researched nukes? Oh, I haven't researched uranium in any capacity. Oh, that takes yellow. That takes purple, that takes yellow. Nukes take yellow. But they are possible without any of the other planets. Make sure to place these as close to the track as possible to maximize the chance that the train's going to be too tall and break all the cables. That's not a real mechanic, but if it were, that would be funny. Train goes under. Twang, 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 twang. If I just do a small takeover force, capture just, if I did a vertical wall there, yeah, just that bit. In fact, just that bit. Get the cliff there. I should get something that lets me draw on the screen. The cliff there. Just put a barrier for it there. Barrier there. Some turrets or something. Optional. And then maybe a little bit of... Well, you don't need a barrier there. Anything trying to cross that straight will die. And then that will be that mine captured. Throw in a wall like that. Barely need any turrets to defend it. But I don't have any turrets. I need more ammo. Or, that didn't work nearly as well as I was hoping it would. Ran through the fire deliberately in hopes that it will singe some of my enemies. What a sentence. Chemical warfare. I don't remember if it's against the Geneva Convention or not. I think it is, actually. But, oh well. This planet doesn't have a Geneva. Flamethrowers just take too long to aim. That said, it works well as one of those anti-personnel mines. The kind that when you step on them, there's a time delay before they explode. The idea is that the person at the front of the the kind of formation steps on it, but when it explodes, everyone else is over it, as opposed to the anti-tank type, which goes off as soon as a lot of weight is put on it.
Anti-tank goes off when you put however many tons through it and goes off immediately.
Yeah.
Anti-personnel goes off under much lighter pressure, but goes off after you've passed by.
Why?
Blows up behind you and gets everyone.
And gets everyone in line.
So,
right.
my question to you is, if you are travelling fast enough on a racehorse...
Oh!
Did I remove the alarm? It's just occurred to me. Did I remove the alarm? Ah! Maybe I was wise to. Oh, right, we don't have an oil train anymore. So we're relying on this rubbish oil patch to weave. And if I was better at tank piloting, do that thing where you pull them, you drive him backwards, and then you swing the nose around and keep going in the same direction. I'm not sure you can do that in this game. I don't think the cars or the tanks allow it. I don't think the tanks or even the cars allow it. I've got multiple priorities that are kind of all urgent. I need more copper to make more ammo, but I need oil to keep my turrets online. And I kind of need the ammo to protect the oil, and I need the turrets, the flamethrower turrets to spread to attack the copper. It's not a catch-22, but it sure feels like it. So now, unfortunately, the issue arises. That nest is far too close. And that, I think, was part of the problem as to why it got knocked out before. I'm going to go with run. That is nearly a victory. The question is that nest close enough to warrant destruction? The answer is, well, how big's the nest? Is that the loop complete? I think that's the loop complete. Yeah. That bitiness might be worth noting. That one maybe. I think we should be fine as long as none of them walk out onto the tracks. Because if they do, they will be destroyed. I think I can take the oil off the to-do list. Because I have now re-established oil. It's still a little bit under-defended. But it is, you know, better. Without loads of laser turrets, it's not a lot I can do. I can't make loads of laser turrets without going and sorting the next thing on the list, the copper. I'm beginning to think there is no limit. If you're just confident with the way you put the items on the belt. I don't know. Because I've managed to get 15 on one side there. And that wouldn't be 22, that would be 30. Oh. If you do it right, you can place them kind of infinitely close together. Wait. Oh, it did. I said wait and it stopped for just long enough for me to get in. What was that? It's the colour of the arrows. Also, green belts. Not used to them yet. I haven't really used them at all. I haven't used them because they are made on they're made. Oh, actually, I might be able to use them in my other save. I thought they used something Aquilo related. Not that I can remember where Aquilo is in this menu. Oh, do I have any uranium in my walls? I think there might be some wedged in the wall over here somewhere. Yeah, there's some wedged in the wall right there. I could carve them out, working on one of them, because I cannot be bothered. Actually, do I still have it copied? Yes. I cannot be bothered to transport, what is it, sulfuric acid the whole way. I think that'll be okay, considering how little I'm actually going to use. So little, in fact, that I've just realised I've forgotten to make them lead into anything. Whoops. Definitely whoops. Although it wasn't necessary at the time. Whoops. I only half destroyed that. It's alright. I did not realise those were built. That should up the numbers. I just added 50 bots, 50 logistic bots to the network, making the new total 56. Let's actually do copper. Let's actually get it sorted. I say that, but I doubt that will actually happen. Maybe going slightly overboard on the top part of that one. Now this land is somewhat ours now. Why do I even have 20 burner mining drills? Now I have the plans for a mine that will solve all of my copper problems. Unfortunately, I now need to build said plans. And that's 119 drills. I could take one belt from there all the way to there, which is that far. Probably not too difficult. Or I could connect it down to there, which feels closer, but actually, there's not all that much in it. Copper is back in the base! Yes! We are now running on, well, not much, admittedly, but eventually, once I get more drills in, we will have copper again. We had it before. We will have it in future. There's just a time in the middle where we won't. After the last copper drought, this is going to be an unprecedented level of copper for the base. I emphasised that sentence weirdly. Hooray! I do hope these bots aren't flying towards that Roboport, because it's not got power yet. Roboport Joe Bacon. Oh yes. If I'm feeding it into 2, I probably don't need to split it into 4, but I shall, for the sake of I already have. I should probably defend this area better, actually. Currently it's being defended by a wall without turrets. Well, a little bit turret. Throw that and that onto cook. Oh, I forgot about. Hey, that's nuclear power researched. Way. I meant to turn the other way. Nuclear power. Why no underground tracks? Why not? No blue circuit, no red circuits, cause no green circuits, cause no iron. No iron, cause no iron. Ah, well, well. How am I going to box in this iron? It's not going to be as simple as up with the copper, where I had cliffs there, water there. This is out in the open. Well, there's a cliff that I could wall across there, but then what? I kind of need to build the real wall. I need to go to Cleaver to get the Spidertron, because it's designed after the... Well, no, admittedly it was designed way before, but it's designed after the pentapods on Cleaver. I don't want to go to Cleaver and see the pentapods. Oh, there's the one that I've already got. There's the one that I'm looking at. That one's not great. That one's not great. 22 iron ore? Where? Somewhere under there. You should have led with that. If I just plumb a line of pipes out towards the base, and then just stick a flamethrower turret there and get it to douse the place. I don't know if that would work. I think it's funny enough to give it a go. I have neither pipes nor flamethrowers. However, flamethrowers are available. Don't you dare. Get him. Where'd he go? There. Got him. The bot can go. The pipe stays. I mean, it's deadly, but I think it's missing something. And then I thought, why not add lots of little sharp, lots of little pointy bits,
welded onto the flat bits.
Hooray! Oh yeah, Defender's finished. Another giant crease on my green screen needs to come up just in time for that bit. Defenders! With a quality bonus of 2%, there is a chance that I get a higher quality power armor. It'll give me more of an inventory size bonus and a larger equipment grid. That would be very nice, but at the end of the day, this is already an upgrade from 5x5 to 6x8. So that it's nothing worth complaining about. There it is. It wasn't higher quality. Wow! This is a bug, right? You're not normally able to... This is like a recent bug. You can't normally just throw items on every pixel, right? The one side's going. I have to hope that the other side doesn't. I've got to 88 items in one lane. Whoops. Have to be careful not to pick up items in the wrong lane. 171 items on one belt. The most items on the belt as possible. If I unlocked the zoom, I could probably go even further with this. In the F4 menu. That's 173. Let me unlock the zoom. So this is the unlocked zoom, or increased zoom, or whatever it is. Interestingly, if you turn it off, it doesn't... Oh, never mind, I'm wrong. Oh yeah, if you turn it off and back on again, it snaps back to how far you were. There's 254 on the... There's 254 science on that belt. I think the limit per lane is 256. Oh! At maximum zoom, this must be 256 pixels. Let me just... Oh, it's 640 pixels tall. So... But I guess it's 256 if you're not ridiculously zoomed in. I'm not sure. Who needs stack inserters anyway? In no way am I claiming to have discovered that, but I am claiming to have independently found it from anyone else that has found it. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to need to produce any red science for a while. I don't have grenades. That's something I've just realised, but I do have these. I'm not running away, I'm attacking from the other front. Oh, they're instantly getting destroyed. Just damaging a nest doesn't do anything, because it'll just regenerate. How much life has this got left on it? A vine's length. And then it falls out of the sky. Never to be thought about again. It's a valiant effort, but seriously. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. I could tell I was being slowed down too much. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. When's the next autosave? 2 minutes, 2.5. That means that I haven't had an autosave for 7.5. But if we're talking about socials, I'm also on Tumblr. I don't use Twitter or anything like that, but I am on Tumblr. That's why I like this DLC. Because it's got space in it, and space is only real in sci-fi, as everyone knows. Fall slowly and carefully into the base. Done. And now, as I said before, just gently enter the base. So close. Gently enter the base. Gently enter. There we go. Whoops. Ooh, brought that down to 2 health. 103.44. We broke 100 hours and I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah. I got rid of that nest. I saw that. Okay. What? What? Here's the Space Age save when we last streamed 3 weeks ago. Playtime 103.44. And here is the one I've been doing some work in. Playtime 120.10. So I may have done 17 hours of work off stream. But the good news, this wall is this region is now secure. The new iron mine isn't present. I've got about 6 drills on it. But it's defended now because the old wall was about here. And it was outside the wall. I've even got uranium, although I did have this uranium before, but it was like wedged in the walls. I can make that a full grid square now. Although cliffs. yesterday, before I put these turrets in, some biters got through that wall and set up a nest there, while I was off defending the oil patch. By the way, oil patch also defended now. This also has a wall. It's not fully turreted, but it's closer. Okay, so here's the thing. It is a factory that builds all of the pieces of the of the walls, except from the concrete. Doesn't do the concrete. Priorities. Connect the copper mine. Set up an iron mine. Adding science to the grid. Let me take out the concrete. For now. We'll reinstall it later. These are nice. These are meters to tell me, to tell us both how full the bots are. Boom. Check it out. You know what that meter says? It says I've got plenty of construction bots. And the top one says I've got plenty of logistic bots. How many's plenty? I don't know, the meter's not full. The meter's only half there. There. Oh. Oh, wow. Logistic bots have just fallen to 0 because I've just entered the logistic network. If I leave it again, they'll go back to 100%. Well, it's not until the bots reach the roboport that it goes back up. So yeah, that is me calling in, because I don't know how many logistic bots I have available in the network, but a few of them got items that go up to the chest. I have many items to dispose of, and the bots can only carry something like 2 at a time. So as soon as I step into the network, it falls to 0, where all the logistic bots are coming towards me. If they were in the roboports like these, it shows a roboport. None of them are. They're all coming to help. I've only got 112. Once the mines are depleted, the station becomes free again for use in other things. I mean, it's a single, well, double station. So a 1 in, 1 out type thing could be done. One of a kind double wide grid. One of a kind double wide grid square. The hard part is going to be dealing with the cliff that is there. It slices right through the middle. Oh, and this one. Although this one I could probably skirt around pretty easily. Until I figure out what to do with this coal mine, this is just a dead-end track. And there's no use here for dead-end tracks. Unless you have dual-headed trains. And I'm not doing 2-headed trains. I'm doing 1-headed trains. My track's unidirectional, not bidirectional. Oh. Oh, I hadn't considered elevated rails. The hypothetical viewers shouting loud enough to actually project into the game that I should be using elevated rails to get around the cliffs. Yeah. You can also use atomic bombs to get rid of cliffs. This I know. Or this I have heard, I don't know for sure. I haven't actually tried it. I should have done in my test world. But did I? No. Because I've been too busy trying to build Dance Dance Revolution, modding the game. And one of those two worked out. As it turns out, I connected this track to another dead end. How about now? Well, how about now? Now, where are you going? It can't decide. No, it can't decide. It just decided wrong.
How about now?
Now who's the moron?
Who's a moron?
Could a moron punch you into this pit? Huh? Could a moron do that?
Could a moron do that?
Portal 2. Best game. Maybe not the best game I've ever played, but it is in my top 5 favourite games. Sciences. Should we actually do the sciences? I can't remember what I have in the grid, but to make the next science on the list, military, I need red ammo. And I'm making yellow ammo. But I'm not making red ammo. I need grenades, which I'm making there, and walls, which I'm making there. Look how fast that's going. On the checklist of sciences, white science and spoilage is off the list. If the Glee science gets to here or beyond before spoiling, it has to do a full lap, I think. That goes along there. Yeah, that ends up on there and it doesn't get split off until there, so it does do a full lap. I also realised that you can't get spoiled out of the labs once it's in there, in this design, so I may have to redesign the whole thing. Instead of making the trains go all the way around, I should just put in that bit of track, and I guess that bit as well. That one, slightly harder. Fully built, which means in theory, these two lanes should be getting the same amount as this lane. And this lane should be feeding all the way back to the start space. Just the first bit coming through any moment now. Ready? Boom. Soon I'll have enough that it'll be worthwhile to switch over, but until that point, I need to make more drills, which needs more iron, funnily enough. Everything takes iron. Looks wonky, and it is. Will I fix it? Maybe eventually. That wasn't supposed to be included, although, yeah. While I was building it, I put an active provider chest there just so that when my inventory was full of junk, I could throw it in there and it would get sorted out into the chest, because it was a lot of the stuff that was that kind of stuff. The general rule is, with any game, is once you can automate things, the first things you automate are the things that you need to automate things. Why is the evolution factor 0.3982 on Fulgora? It's not got anything to evolve. I mean, I know originally in development they were going to give it the weird brain creature things, but they didn't. They were cut very early on. I've heard speak of people building space casinos. What that entails, I don't know. But from what I can tell, it's of course to do with quality. The quality thing is a random chance thing, hence casino. I don't know why in space. What's so good about space? I mean, what's so optimal about building that in space? Why not build it on Fulgora, where all the quality stuff happens? I don't know. I haven't seen. I've only heard by name. That is the soundtrack to an old, not Flash game, but it's on Silver Games. It's called Grindcraft. It's a clicker game. Oh, this is where the spoilage filters do. It's the chest full of spoilage. Because the station isn't set up. And my spoilage disposal method is going to be... I don't know. I kind of don't have a plan for it. I could make the spoilage pickup train just 3 locomotives. Instead of a locomotive and 2 wagons, just make it 3 locomotives. Orange. Locomotive, locomotive, locomotive. 1, 2, 3. And it just does laps around the map. put a rail out to nowhere, make it drive out to it and back. We have no choice but to take them face on, head on, face off against them. Use our head to think about what? Those six, those six, those six, those six. Interesting, but it's doing it like that. I'm worried about the leftmost columns kind of getting too much science because the buffers are too far along. But no, it appears to be fine. Don't know if any bots are actually coming out here to do this. Well, that answers that. Oh, that really answers that. They all show up at once. Just to expand out my to-do list a bit. Hey! Red ammo produced and taken up to the station where the red ammo train is not yet built. I don't actually need a red ammo train yet. I would put red ammo on the supply train, but the supply train's been in long-term storage for a while now because it keeps causing traffic. Should we try for a new best on this? I know the limit is 512. I think the limit is 512. No, I don't know. We've already made 100. Do they make in twos? They're making pairs. Wow. So this is even more efficient than I thought. The ingredients of black science. Oh, the to-do list is right there in that one not loaded square. Perfect. I don't know what would happen if it was loaded, but based on the fact that things like the label for the copper mine, the answer appears to be, or the stone mine, the answer appears to be it disappears. If I do that, ooh, oh, no, that works. And I'm going to get in this one. 4 trains being deployed, all being sent to the fuel thing because they don't have any fuel. I could turn off train stop labels. It makes the place look tidier. If I turn off... If I could get rid of the yellow, if I just leave the tag to see what things are what. I don't even have a tag on the labs. How disorganized. Subnautica and how it can be enhanced by my RGB lights. These were plans for my Subnautica series, which, just to be clear, it didn't end. I just put it on the back burner while I was playing Factorio Space Age, and this has drawn out longer than I was intending for it to, for various reasons. Point is, Subnautica series will return eventually, alongside many other. I'm going to bring back a old series eventually. Ooh. Ready? Yay! Do that one and then that one. And the second one probably won't work. Wow! These labs are on. Those labs, just to prove it, are off. Whoa. It wasn't for nothing. It was for landmine research, apparently. If it can just hold out for another, and it's off. Quick, send that's the wrong button. Quick, send the black science train. Yay! Landmines! These won't be very useful. Oh, here's more red science. Finally, the red science train has a use. So often it's just sitting there. It goes back and forth. Comes down to the labs. They don't want it. It goes up to LTS, and then it goes to the pickup, but it's already full. So it goes down to the labs. They don't want it. Oh dear. It's deployed too much. This was one of my concerns. I mean, it's almost worked its way through it, but that isn't good. That's clogged the lane. I should put lamps on my walls, actually. Because at night time, they are in the dark. Because there aren't lamps on them. Pop that in there, and see where the bot takes it. With any luck, there. That wasn't on the cards. You unlock it on Gleba, but you perform it on Nalvis. It's only 50 Gleba science. That's good. Gleba science is a pain to transport back to Nalvis. So much so that it would probably be easier to do all the research on Gleba. And that's just not the done thing. Research on Gleba? You'd have to be mad. No loop around there. I could do with squeak through. The mod squeak through. But adding another mod would disable achievements, which is why I haven't. Otherwise, the amount of quality of life mods would be, there would be several, probably. No, I don't really... When I first beat the game, I didn't have any mods enabled. And the day I beat the game, I started Space Age, so I'm maybe not the best judge of it, but generally, I don't play with mods enabled. So I suppose I do need some things, but not many things. This is why I ask you to stock me with extra things, so that I can spend them on vehicles, so that I don't need to wait for you to stock the vehicles with things, because when I place the vehicles, I don't want to wait the time for them to be stocked with things. Leave in the clip of me talking about things. You don't need to leave in all the combat, but the clip of me talking about things definitely do. I think we'll probably go to Vulcanus next. I don't know when, though. I wanted to get the Nalvis sciences into the grid before going to Vulcanus. And it's beginning to feel like I'm going to be in the kind of mid-game forever. It's like I'm never actually going to go to Vulcanus or Gleba. Because that's like 2 streams worth of commitment. Or more. Where I can't be doing anything else. So maybe I should finish this section and then go. But then, I don't know. I kind of want to get the Nalvis sciences into the grid. Get the sciences into the grid, and then I can go to another planet and leave them doing. But at the same time, this. Build this and leave it doing as well. I don't know. So are the things that we mull over. Once I go back to being unable to stream, I'm probably going to be spending more time playing that save. And so, I'll probably end up on Aquilo by then. Before I don't know how to end that sentence because I mangled it. I wasn't planning for this rush to take this long. My plan was, when Space Age released, I was going to stream it every day for 2 weeks, or until I beat it, and then that would be it. But because I'm recording the streams, after 5 days, my storage was full, so then I had to do something with the footage, and that kind of killed the momentum. and then I wasn't able to stream, and then now I stream occasionally when I can, and I've got however long, it's been, what, a year and a half or more since Space Age came out, and I'm still this far through it. My other 3 inputs and an output grid designs were all weird. They have 2 inputs here, an input and an output, using a corner for some reason. This one, not going to be like that. It's going to be more like my smelters, which are self-contained on the one side, and not very good. I did not realise I was standing on the track. Close, but not quite. Oh no! Whoa! I've never seen that happen before. I've never actually tried it on a connected belt.
Please, foul spirits, don't something. I don't have good something about a spirit, and it's kind of. Sorry, it's just I was recently visited by 3 ghosts in the middle of the night that showed me terrible things about my past and future. Something, I don't know.
Breach! No time for repair packs. Okay, you can repair that, but not me. Perimeter has been breached. They're not even coming through the walls. They're just destroying them for the love of the game. Kill the small biters and the big spitters. Anything I can kill with a gun, kill with a gun. And anything that will take fire, we'll come back to. Okay, time to come back to them. I will not yield. That is not a good enough excuse for me to actually build these walls. That's just so much effort. And this generally works. Okay, now the region is protected. This is the only real way to test. Trial by fire in the only sense of the term from what I can gather. A bit of Space Casino and a bit of Fulgora. I'm not going to call it Vladislav Eisenberg. Lost confidence in that, can you tell? Space Vegas. Viva Space Vegas. Named, of course, after the 2000 Flintstones movie. The Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas. Space Vegas. Oh, Sky Vegas. Oh, come on. I don't know if that's a joke I should have made, or if I should have made the connection that I pretty much called it that already sooner. I feel like I should have called it Sky Vegas, because it's in the sky. I don't know if it's a better name than what I called it, or if it's a worse name than what I called it. But it feels like a name that is not equivalent in value to what I called it. No, it pretty much is, actually. Which makes my complaining about my not calling it that even more pointless. The names are very similar. Constant Combinator for up in Sky Vegas. It's not, it's Space Vegas. I think I actually prefer my name because it isn't a already used name. I prefer my name for it. Space Vegas isn't something, especially because it's actually Viva Space Vegas. As I said earlier, so named after the Flintstones film from 2000, which I'm not even sure if I've seen or not, but so named after the Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas. Well, that's unnecessary. She appears to be in Pompeii. 10 minutes into the film, Vesuvius goes off. Oh! Do like a nice bit of bowling. Who's this guy? Mr. Polo Player. On one hand, that's appalling CG. On the other hand, 2000... No, that's a not look at the camera or to acknowledge that it's there, because it is there. And it should actually be there, just to mess up the content, not the continuity, but the... Hey look, something coming out of the sky landing right in front of you and changing your whole life. I love when films do that. You don't even have kazoos on this planet yet. Do they know the word planet? He can teleport! Why didn't he just teleport back up onto the mothership? She has a last name, but no one can remember it because it wasn't very memorable. Don't do a musical number. I'll skip it and it'll ruin the whole continuity. Oh good. I'm in the continuity of this. That sound effect? Cartoon running sound effect 01. Hey, he's very stylish. Orange... I was gonna say jumpsuit. Thing with the triangles on. It's not an animal print. It's triangles. Stitched on. What's on the menu? They've just shown up. They've not got one. Is there only one laugh? It's the same laugh that he was doing in the last scene. There is something in my eye. It doesn't want me to watch this film. Yeah, the trick is you just throw the rock at the guy instead of at the target. I mean, admittedly, they're normally in glass boxes. Well, probably not glass, but normally in... And then you just kind of... and hope. There's a lot of hope in bowling. It still counts as a spare because it was the second ball, even though the first ball didn't hit any pins. I don't like Gazoo. I think he's annoying. And it keeps making me think of car adverts. Oh, so that one is actually a pedal boat, but the cars you have to run on the road. I'm surprised he's not kind of swimming. Wow, he was very quick to accept the phrase valet parking, considering no one put those two words next to each other. The tree's gonna break before the collar does. How? What? That's what Bill Murray's gonna look like in a handful of years. This isn't a toast. This is a speech. His eyes turned into dollar signs. TV remote that can shut a door. I can see how this would... Why was he making that face? It's not, but it looks like I can't think of his name. He's got a big lever that he can swap from win to lose, and it targets just one person. It rigs every machine in the casino, but only the ones that he's playing at. Not only every machine, but every deck of cards. He does look like a mix between Jim Carrey and that guy from Severance. Fire alarm, everyone exit the... Why have you shut the door? To the lobby? All the doors have been locked. I don't understand. Oh, his name's Chip and he runs a casino, that's... Go away, Alan Partridge. Can't remember the actor's name that I'm thinking of. I've been trying to. And I just never can. Steve Coogan. That's actually true. But not for the reason you might think. The world's only rock and roll band. Yep, we need him on a wire for 8 seconds. And we'll cut half of them. And people laugh because the script called them to, but in the real world, no one would have laughed. An expensive car considering the whole point of the last act. The end. Unless there's some kind of after credit scene, which I doubt. I mean, I've seen better, but it'll do. I don't know. It's alright. On my to-do list, just between blue and yellow. Oh yeah! That was my plan for the stream! I got distracted building Space Vegas and this. Some kind of impossible dice. If the 4, then the 3. That's an L shape, and that one of the ends of the L goes to the 4. Like, the left side of the L goes to the 4. Whereas here, now the right side of the L goes to the 4. Even if you spin it round, there is no arrangement where the left side of the L can go towards the 4. It's been mirrored. If you mirrored it, then it could work. But then the 3 wouldn't... Then the 4 would be on the left of the 3. But we can see the 2's on the left of the 3. Possibly the least important thing anyone has ever discussed. But it presumably has been discussed before. I wouldn't put it I wouldn't put it past this lot of the community, this community of people to have put it on the forum or whatever. This is secretly the planet he was singing about in War of the Worlds. This is where the War of the Worlds started. Before the green cylinder went to Earth and went to specifically London. This is before the green cylinder destroyed London. That's Jeff Wayne's musical War of the Worlds. I haven't read the original. But the musical version is worth the listen. We have it on CD somewhere. I don't know. I listened to it on CD 2 years ago. That was the first time. Because I was on the way to... I was going on a cruise. And we, you know, for the length of the drive, put on War of the Worlds. We put on half on the way there and half on the way back. Only fair. Only right. It was a good place to divide it. I think it was on 2 discs or something. That doesn't sound right. No, I think it was on 2 discs. So we played the 1 disc on the way there and the 1 disc on the way back. And it's a good album. I say album. It's a good musical. Narrated by Richard Burton. This whole section cut. It's not a request, that is a statement. This whole section will be, has been, and will always have been cut. The only issue with having the bottom all like that is that you have to weave between, because the gap between assembling machines is there, but then the gap between the chests you have to go back and forth, left and right, or just on a diagonal. So I checked how efficient this was by speeding it up to quite a high speed in the editor when I was first designing the blueprint, and it's quite slow. It's really rather slow. The place I wasn't even paying attention. Because now the network can place more roboports, which means it can expand. All it needs is a blueprint, and suddenly we've got paper clips. The game about paper clips, not just the concept of paper. Just want to show off this. This is the gate design. Oh, they have they have it programmed into their soul. Yeah, just wanted to show off this that I spoke of before, just to explain what actually it is. A train pulls up to here. I know there's no track, but if there were, because it's the edge, you have to confirm your intention. You can't go out there by accident. You have to hit the switch, at which point the alarm sounds and the door opens. And when you hit the switch again, the stoplight goes back to red, door shuts, and that goes. If there wasn't a stoplight and you had a shut gate, would a train just plough straight into it? Maybe I should find out. Take some gates and put them in the middle, and then circuit control them shut, just to see what happens. I have to assume, because there aren't traffic signals, so I have to assume they would stop. They wouldn't stop. But surely the trains wouldn't just plough through a gate. or indeed explode at a gate. Well, that looks like a jellyfish. That's not just me, right? Like a jellyfish. Train traffic. These trains are both waiting for... Get back here. And those trains are waiting. These trains also waiting. Ah! Nope, not that one. Try that. I think that may have been a deadlock. Not sure. May have been. Woo! For some reason, lightning is more likely to strike a bot that's just been struck by lightning. Oh, it sounds like the opposite of what should happen, but it's true. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but it seems true from what I've seen. My limited research has yielded that result. I can probably remove this as well. I don't know why it's there. I think it's just been there since the start. The main bus concept of this base always did just end with a railing, with a rail assembler. It's not railing. You don't put it on the edge of a walkway. With a rail assembler, it just ends. Not anymore. Now it ends with nothing. Except from a gap, and then eventually the grid. Whey! Tier 4. Uh-huh. Now the bots are marginally faster. Don't actually know what speed boost that gave it. 55%! Whoa, we are now up to 230 on the movement speed. Here goes a thing to build the cargo ship. Cargo hauler. It's coming along. It's also not at all symmetrical. The more you look at it, the worse it looks because it's not symmetrical. Look, there's the one half. Flip it. I can't, it's got thrusters on it. Get the one half just above the thruster. Flip it. Way off. Not even close. Several tiles out. 2 tiles out. Just make a double-headed train to come and pick me up from places. Okay, taxi cab, take me there. Paint it yellow like a London cab. London bus. London taxis are black. Well, I don't know about London, but England taxis are black. From what I've seen. Go out of service. I should give it the... this one. Taxi. I should give it the no fuel interrupt. My time today, 134.09. Now I'm going to export and hopefully it won't crash Streamlabs again.